When you first get your uniform duffel, it's gonna come with 3 very new, very red aprons. Before you wear them or do anything, you need to soak them to get rid of some of that dye. If you wear it out of the box, just doing dishes is going to make your brand new white coat very pink. So you need to get a laundry bucket or something that you can soak them in that's not gonna be used for food. Put all 3 of your new aprons at once in there and cover it with water as hot as your sink can get. You're gonna leave that for about a day to really get all that dye out of there, and then you're gonna wash it as hot as your washer can go, just on a normal load with no soap, no anything. Then you need to wash it again with soap this time. And then generally when you're washing them after class, you need to wash them always by themselves or with anything else red, because even after soaking them in the washing machine, they're going to make the other things pink. You're also gonna get 3 fresh and shiny hats. After wearing them a couple times, they're generally just gonna become yellow from sweat. You can wash them with your coats or other white things normally with detergent, but you shouldn't put them in the dryer because the elastic will shrink and then it's not gonna fit all of your hair for class. All right, here I have a coat that I just wore to class. I don't have any stains or anything weird on it, but it does need to be washed because I wore it to class. So I would wash this in the washer with only whites. You don't want to wash it even with your checkered pants, which are kind of white, because the black dye from that is going to eventually make your coats very dingy. So you only need to wash these with other white things like your hats. And I would recommend in the normal wash with your normal laundry detergent adding non-chlorinated bleach or OxyClean, because it just helps to keep it bright and fresh without actually using the harsh chemical of bleach, which could also have the chance of bleaching your embroidery. So if you're washing all 3 of your coats, I would recommend filling this to the top level of the scoop that it gives you. You can never really use too much OxyClean. It's not like normal bleach, so more is more because you want to make sure that it's doing its job. And then make sure before you put them into the dryer that there's no stains or anything, because once you dry a stain, it's much harder to get it out. And then your coats are clean and ready for your next class. And then here I have a coat that has some, not stains, but discoloration. So it's got some pink here from probably wearing an apron that wasn't soaked, and then some armpit stains just from wearing it a bunch. So this one, you're going to need to soak in OxyClean rather than just wash it with OxyClean, because OxyClean is really meant to dissolve in hot water and stay on the garment for longer periods of time in order to really whiten it. But again, you can never use too much and it can never really be on there for too long. So this is a really safe way to keep your coats white without using bleach. So again, you're gonna get your bucket and you're gonna put your coat in there, or you could do multiple coats with this. And then you're gonna get your OxyClean. If you're just doing one coat, I would recommend filling it up about halfway, but again, more is more. You put that on top and you get water as hot as your sink can go, cover it, put something heavy on top of it if you have something that'll fit in the bucket, and that needs to sit for at least 6 hours for maximum stain removal. Then it can just go into the washer as normal with your normal detergent. Check for stains again before it goes into the dryer so you don't dry your stains, and hopefully all your stains will be gone. All right, here I have a coat that has a grease stain on it. So that's gonna be a little different. OxyClean can't attack it as good as something like Dawn. Dawn is made for grease. So as soon as you notice it when you get back from class, you're gonna put a little bit of Dawn on there and rub it in with your fingers all over the affected grease area. And the thing with grease stains is you need to work quickly. Immediately when you get back from class and immediately after doing this, you don't want it to sit, you don't want it to do anything. You need to just get it right in the washer so it can wash. So now we're gonna move on to the washer so I can show you some settings and how to do that. So like I mentioned before, when you're washing your aprons, it needs to be on the hottest it can go, but anytime you're washing anything else, it's gonna be on cool. That goes for your pants, that goes for your coats, that goes for your hats, anything. Hot water is going to degenerate the fibers in your garments faster, and with modern laundry detergent, cold water works just as well. So you never need hot water unless you're doing things like trying to get color out of aprons. Now I want to talk about for really tough stains that don't come out with the OxyClean, don't come out with soaking, don't come out with Dawn, and you feel you need to use normal Clorox bleach. Your washer should have a setting to do a load of laundry that has bleach added to it. I would recommend starting the washer with nothing in it and letting it fill up as much as it's going to do before you do this to limit the amount of time that the bleach is actually in contact with your clothes, so you can avoid bleaching the embroidery, or you can avoid yellowing the white of the coats. But when you do want to do it, you'll let it fill up as much as it can, wait until that fill cycle is done, and then you're going to add 1/3 of a cup of bleach to this area right here. Then you're going to put all of your garments in there and immediately start the washer, and it will only be in contact with the bleach for the wash cycle, and that's pretty much as you want to risk.